Hello, welcome. In this video, we will look at the multiple choice questions in chapter 5. The first question, how many times will the following code print welcome to Java? So this is to print welcome to Java. And here is the loop control using a while loop. And this count initially 0. If count is less than 10, we will continue while this condition is true. So first time is 0, and this is true, and this is printed one time. And now count is incremented, and count becomes 1. So this is 0, 1, up to 9. This is still okay. So this is going to be printed 9 times. When count becomes 10, this is false. Next question. Analyze the foreign code. Please select all that apply. This is to initialize count with 0. Count is less than 100. We're going to print this and then increment count and continue. So the question is here, count less than 100 is always true at point A. So that must be true when you get into the loop body. Count less than 100 is always true at point B. No, because can't change it. So this may not be true. Count less than 100 is always false at point B. No, that's not the case. So it might be true and might be false. Count less than 100 is always true at point C. This is actually false. So it should be this. Count less than 100 is always false at point C. Next question. How many times will the foreign code print welcome to Java? So here, count plus plus. So this count is incremented, but the this is the post increment. The previous value of count is used as 0. So count is 0. So this is used. And the next time, and count is incremented by 1. So first time count is 0, and then all the way to 9. And so this is still okay. So when count becomes 10, this is not. So this is going to be 10 times. What is the output of the foreign code? X is 0, X less than 4. So 0 less than 4. And while this is true, we're going to increment X. So X plus 1 is assigned to X. Initially, X is 0, and next time, X is 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. When X is 4, this condition is false. So what is X? X is 4. After the loop is finished, and this is the output, X is 4. Next question, what will be displayed when the following code is executed? Number is 6. While number is greater than 0, so we're going to decrement number by 3. So number becomes 3. So this is print is 3 is printed. And now back here, and number is 3, 3 is greater than 0, that's true. And now decrement number by 3 and number becomes 0. So 0 is printed. And now back to this condition, and this number 0, 0 greater than 0 is false. So that's the loop is finished. So the output from this code is 3, 0. Next question. How many times will the foreign code print welcome to Java? So this is do while loop. Count initially 0 and do. So at least now 1 time. So you're going to print this 1 time. And now count is increment becomes 1. And this 1 is less than 10. All right, so this is 1 time, and this is the 0, and then 1, 2, all the way to 9. So when this count is 9, this is still true. And this is executed 1 time, and count becomes 10. So how many times? It's 10 times. How many times will the foreign code print welcome to Java? So here, count is 0, and this is 1 time. And now what is this? Count plus plus less than 10. So count, this is post increment, this is 0. So this is still true. So that's 1 time and 1. And the last time is count is 9. This is still true. So this is going to be 10 times. How many times will the following code print welcome to Java? Count is 0. So this is 1 time. So now count plus plus count. So count becomes 1. And 1 is less than 10. So this is true. And so now execute. So, and this is when you have 0, 1, 2, all the way to 8. This is still right. But when count is 9 and this plus plus this count, it becomes 10. So that's the condition is false. So how many times? This is actually 9 times. Because you look at this count 0, and that's 1 time. And 8 is still okay. So this becomes 9. And but when you look at count is 9, and this condition is false. So this is 9 times. What is the value in count after the foreign loop is executed? So here is count plus plus. So this is 0, and now you have count is, this is when it's 9, and this is still correct. So this is, after this count becomes 10. All right, so this the count is 10. This is 9. So this is the one here. And this is go back here, and count becomes now 9. And so look, this is 9 here. So when this count is 8, this condition is still true. But when this count becomes 9, and this is false, and 9 and count plus plus, that should be 10. So this value count, what is the value in count? After the foreign loop, it should be 10. So you look at this count. When this count, if this count is 9, and this condition is false, but count plus plus is 10. So this is right. Next question, analyze the foreign statement. So this is the statement here. sum is initialized with 0, and this is D. D is initialized with 0, and D is less than 10. If this is true, we're going to execute this at 0.1 to D and add D to sum. So initially you have 0.1, and then you add 0.2, then you add 0.3, 0.4 up to 0.9 and to sum. So here's the question is, the program has a compile error because the adjustment is missing in the for loop. So this is okay. This part can be omitted. So there's 3 parts. They're separated by a semicolon, and the third part may be omitted. So there's no compile error. The second one here, and this B, the program has a compile error because the control variable in the for loop cannot be of the double type. This is okay. This can be double type. The program runs in an infinite loop because D less than 10 would always be true. So that's not the case. So this may not be true. All right, so here the program compiles and runs fine. So yes, that's fine. Next question. Which of the following loops prints welcome to Java 10 times? So here, this is going to be 10 times. And this is going to be 10 times. And this is not right. This is going to only get to 9 times. And this is 11 times. So the correct answer is AB, this one. Next question. Which of the following loops correctly computes 1 divided by 2 plus 2 divided by 3 plus this, and all this? So we're going to write this. This is not going to be right because integer division, you get all the zeros. So when you write this code and you need to write, so this is incorrect. This is incorrect either. And this one is I. So here is 199. And so this is okay. The C is correct. So what about D? And D is also fine. Yes, you can do it like this. This is okay. And D is fine. And this E is no. E is here. You miss 99. So what you have is D is okay, right? D is correct. And then C is also correct. So that's CD. Next question. The following loop displays, so here is from 1 to 10. You're going to print 1. All right, so this is interesting here. You have I++, and then you have I++ again. So this means I added 2. So initially I is 1, the next one would be 3. And then 5, 7, 9. So that's the answer right here, because you have this I++ and I++ here. Next question. Do the following 2 statements in 1 and 2 result in the same value in sum?
So here, the difference is right here, plus plus I plus plus. Now this is used like standalone. It's like a statement here, it's standalone. So this is the same. Next question, what is the output for Y here? So now Y initially 0, and this is I is 0, and then 1, and then 9. So this is from 0 and up to 9. And you're going to add this up. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 and all the way plus 9. So that should be 45. Next question. What is I after the following for loop? So here I is 0. So here's the issue, is the scope of the I. Scope of the I is only in the for loop. So after the for loop, I is not defined. There's no I value there. Is the following loop correct? Yes. This is the nice thing about the for loop. You can write a code very flexibly. If you don't have anything to put in, that's fine. So this in the middle means it's always true. So what is this? Is this loop correct? Yes. Syntax wise, it's correct. Next question. Analyze the following fragment. Sum is 0 and D is 0 and D not equal to 10.0. All right, so here is you're going to add 0.0 to D, add this D to sum. All right, the question here, this is the problem, is right here, the numerical inaccuracy. You have double values in the equality checking. So here is the program may not stop because of the phenomena referred to as numerical inaccuracy for operating with floating point numbers. So you'll not get this D not equal to 10.0. Next question. Analyze the following code. So here's the code. Okay. Now the problem is right here. This is a common mistake. Just by mistake, accidentally put the semicolon right here. And this is actually you meant to continue. And this is the be part of this for loop. But you stop here, make this not part of it. So here you have I is 0, and now you do this, and what is I? I is going to be 10 after this is finished. So what you print is 10 plus 4 is 14. So here the program compiles despite the semicolon on the for loop line and displays 14. All right, this we have multiple correct answers here. The first one, the program has a compile error because the semicolon on the for loop line, no. The program compiles despite the semicolon on the for loop and displays 4, no. The for loop in this program is the same as yes. So that's correct. So that's the one. Next question. How many times is the print line statement executed? So this is 10 times, and this one here is, this is J and 0, and here I. So when I is 0, this is not executed. All right, when I is 1, this is a 1 time. When I is 2, 2 times. when I is 3 times, when I is 9 times, the total is 45 times. This print line statement is executed. What pattern is produced by the following code? Now, we have to look at this for loop. This is I is the row. It's from 1 to 6. And J is this. J is starting from 6. Okay. So you are going to print this. If J is less than or equal to I, so you're going to print this J, okay? Otherwise, you're going to just print a space. So the first, when I is one, and here's just 6. 6 is less than or equal to 1. That's false. So you're going to have a space. So that's right here. Okay, that's the only thing you get. And this is the 1. So then the next time is 2, 1. So that is the only pattern for close to this. A lot of space here. So that's C is the pattern. Next question. How many times is the print statement executed? So this is the I is from 0 and to up to 9 is 10 times. And this is for this J is 10 times. So this 100 times. Next question. To add all these numbers together, there's 100 of this. What order should you use to add the numbers to get better accuracy? Add these numbers in this order, or add the numbers in this order. So the A is better in this order. So if you use B, and that you're going to get extremely large number with a smaller number. So this the small number will be canceled. So this is the better. We will get the better accuracy. Next question. Analyze the foreign code. Sum is 0, and this is the D is initially 0, and D is less than 10, and so you're going to add the D to sum. And this is and here, before you do this, you first add 0.0 to D, and then add this to sum. And the choices are, the program has a syntax error because the adjustment statement is incorrect in the for loop. That's fine, you can have this adjustment. And B, the program has a syntax error because the control variable in the for loop cannot be double type. No, the program compiles, but does not stop because D would always be less than 10. No, D is getting incremented, so it will be good. So the program compiles and runs fine. Next question. What is Y after the following for loop statement is executed? So this is Y0, and now here it's how many times you have this I is 10 times. So, and this Y will be 10 after this for loop. Next question. Where the following program terminate and the balance is 10, why this is true? if balance is less than 9, break. So balance is 10, so this is less than 9, that's false. So here, balance now becomes 1, and then y is true, and here 1 is less than 9, so that break. So this program will terminate. Well, the sum, next question here is, what is sum after the foreign loop terminates? So here, sum is 0, item 0, and item plus plus, and that's 1, add 1 to sum, so sum becomes 1, and sum is 1 is greater than 4, that's no. And so go back, continue, and so item now becomes 2. So sum becomes 3, and so this condition is still false. And now item becomes 3. So 3 add to sum is 6. Sum is 6. 6 greater than 4. Break. So that's right. So break, and this is 6. Sum is 6. What is the output after the following loop terminates? This number is 25. And now is prime is true initially now, and for loop, and look at I is 2, and I is less than number, and is prime. So if this is still is prime, and we are going to test number remainder I 2. So if it's divisible and this is prime is false. So here's 25. So now you're gonna see when you have this I is 5, this is gonna be false. So, and this I is, when I is it is 5. So is 5. This is prime is going to be false. But I look becomes 6. So here, I 6 is a less than number, and this is false. So this is the whole thing, and one of this is false. The whole thing is false. So by then, and I is going to be 6. Is prime is false. So here, I is 6. Is prime is false. So this is the one. What is the output after the following loop terminates? Number is 25, and this is I. So here we see the difference here, and this and is prime here, but now we bracket. Once is this is false, we bracket. So I is not incremented once this is it's a false. So when I is 5, and that's here, I is 5, is prime is false. Next question. What is sum after the following loop terminates? I 0, item is 0, so item is incremented by 1, and sum is 0 is greater than equal to 4. This is false. So now item is 1 added to sum is 1. All right, so continue, and here item now becomes 2. Okay, sum is 1, and so this is still false. So this is going to be sum becomes 3. And now back here, item becomes 3. So sum is 3. So this is skip this, and sum is now 6. 6 greater than 4. So here is continue. Continue means you stay in the loop. You are going to continue. Skip this. So this item is not added to sum. So
So sum here is so this is the you're going to check the item here. Item when item becomes 5, so this is exited. Here sum is still 6. Sum is this is not added, and one sum is greater than or equal to 4. So that sum is 6. Will the following program terminate? Balance is 10, while true, and balance, this is 10, less than 9, continue. It's always true. So this will not terminate. Here is always 10. You never get a chance to execute this because continue. Go back to the loop continuation contingent test loop. It skips the rest of the statements in the iteration. What balance after the foreign code is executed? All right, here's balance 10, and balance is greater than or equal to 1. Why this is true, and we're going to look at this, is balance is less than 9, that's false. So we're going to reduce this balance by 9, so balance becomes 1. 1 is greater than or equal to 1, that's true. And here's balance 1, less than 9, continue. And now you are back here. And balance is 1. So here you just keep stuck in this. 1 is greater than or equal to 1. And here 1 is less than 9, continue. So this loop does not end. Next question. What is the value of balance after the following code is executed? So here, balance is this is 10 greater than or equal to 1, that's true, and 10 and this less than 9, no, 10, this becomes 1. So here is 1 is greater than or equal to 1, that's true. 1 is less than 9 is true, so get a break. So this balance will be 1 after this is finished. Next question. What is the number of iterations in the following loop? So here, 1, 2, 3, up to n-1. So n-1 times. What is the number of iterations in the following loop? So I is 1. This is equal to less than or equal to n. So this will be n times. Display prime numbers in the section here. Let's look at this question 5.36. Suppose the input for number is 9. What is the output from running the following program? So we get the input, and the input is 9. Oh, here's I is prime is true. So here we're going to look at this. I think when I is 3, so this is prime is false here, and but now I becomes 4. So I is 4 is displayed, followed by 9 is not a prime. So 9 is not prime. So this is the answer. The last question. Analyze the following code. We have this, sum is 0, and this I is less than 100,000. So we're going to keep reading some. Just keep reading it and add it and to sum. All right, let's look at this question here. The program does not compile because here this statement is inside the loop. Okay, Yeah, that's this will compile. There's no compile issue here. The program compiles the next one, but does not run because this statement inside the loop, it still runs. The program compiles and runs, but it's not efficient and unnecessary to execute this scanner inside the loop. You should move this before the loop. Yes. Let's look at the program compiles, but does not run because there's not prompted. No. So the answer is this, C. All right, we got all the answers, and let's check, see if our answers are correct. So I'm going to click on this. All right, I got 2 incorrect answers. So let's examine this too. All right, so here we go. And this one here. So, so the correct answer is this, D11. So let's say why it's this. So how many times will the foreign code print welcome to Java? So here, we're going to print 1 time. Our count is 0. So 0. Count is 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9. Okay, so when this count here is 9. Okay. So when count is 9, and this is still true. And now, look, you already done how many times if this count is 9. So here's 0, and all the way to 9 is 10 times already. So this is still true. And now you do it another time. So that's 11 times. So that's why it's 11 times. All right, so that's 11 times. Count plus plus. And so this count is now 10. And 10 plus this count plus plus, this become 11, but whatever, this is the original value of count. This 10 is used. So that's what happens. It's 11 times. 0 and all the way to 9, it's okay, but there's another one. This is do while loop. So that's 11 times. All right. So let's look at the this answer is 10 times. So, so here, same reason is 0. It's 0 if you go all the way to 9. So to 8, when count, this is a plus plus count. Count is 8. Plus plus count becomes 9. So this is okay. And then you get another time. So this is 0 and up to 9. So that's 10 times. And so that's because of do while loop. So you always get the first time. So this is for 0. And then, and you have to look at this. The if this is count is 9, so then plus plus count will be 10. So that's the end of the loop. So this is all the way to 9. Because when count is 8, you still, this is going to be still true, and you get another time. So that's the last time. So this should be 10. All right, so let's look at everything here. Okay, right. So I missed this too. If you still have question, you can go to put this code in your IDE and trace it, and you're gonna see and why, and this is 10 times. That is all for multiple choice questions in chapter 5. Thank you for watching. See you in the next chapter. Goodbye.